North American Caribbean Training Method was started earlier this year in 2020. And the purpose of the program is to give Caribbean coaches in the United States and Canada an opportunity to come together, train, and work with players.
We are going to spread this throughout the United States. Has been something, a dream of coaches of Caribbean descent in America for a very, very long time. And we have now to work and to get these kids to a different level.
Welcome to the Black Soccer Membership Podcast on BSMA TV. I'm your host, Justin Reed, and I'm happy to have Trevor Banks of Chicago State University head coach on today on our show. And I want to give you a little background on Trevor. Trevor has been an associate head coach at Brown University, and he was also a coach at several other universities in the past. So I'm very happy to say head coach. I've known Trevor for a couple years now, and I know some of the things he's gone through. So I want to welcome Trevor Banks. Trevor, how's everything going, brother?
Everything's good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Thanks for taking the time out. And I want to tell our audience to press the like button and also the share button on this so that we can get this podcast viral. So Trevor, tell us a little bit about how everything's going with COVID and the recruiting process, and how's everything going at Chicago State for you?
Everything's good. We didn't have a fall season, so we had a little bit more time to kind of find some extra pieces and guys, and that could come in the spring. So we have 20 guys coming in here this spring, so I'm excited about those guys all stepping foot on campus and being able to kind of be a part of something to brand new that we get to kind of all build together. We're going to play a few matches this spring outside of the Western Athletic Conference, but then start up in the Western Athletic Conference in the fall of 21, which is actually going to be exciting as well. So, but yeah, things are going good.
Awesome stuff, man. Tell us a little bit more about Chicago State. How'd you find the university? What's the history of the university in terms of soccer?
Yeah, so they actually kind of found me. I know whenever this whole thing kind of started going, Ellie and I had some conversations early in the search, and ended up being a situation that ended up working out. Felt like it was the best fit, and ended up all working out, which is great. And the history, they haven't had a team here since the 1980s, and in the late 1980s, and they were an NAIA team back then. So this is going to be the first Division I team here that started off this spring. Is going to be the first bits of a Division I program in the history. So and for us, we're going to be competing in the Western Athletic Conference, which everyone knows is very spread out throughout Texas, Arizona, all of the West Coast, California, Washington, and we're the furthest east school on the map because UMKC is no longer in it, right? So you have that piece that's going to go along with it, but we're excited about it. We're excited about everything. Everything's going in a good direction right now, so we're looking to push it up.
So in terms of travel, because I know when college programs first start out, budget is always an issue. So how is that going to affect you guys, seeing that you're the furthest east and you've got to go to Texas, you got to go to Arizona? How's the schedule set up? Is the schedule out yet for the spring season?
So for the spring season, we're not going to play in the WAC. So most of our games are going to be within 3 hours. That schedule's not out yet, no. But for the fall 21, we're going to play in the WAC, and that schedule's not out yet. But basically, it's going to split. There's 12 teams that are in. You're going to play some of those teams away, some of those teams at home, and that's just going to be the way it is. 6 games home, 6 games away, or six games home, 5 games away, 5 games away, 6 games home, something like that. So,
okay. So in terms of like recruiting with COVID, what have you done? Is it something that's kind of more digital? I believe there's a freeze. I think the NCAA has a freeze on recruiting. I don't know when. I know you can fill us in a little bit more. How has that been? Like, how's that process?
It's been crazy.
Mhm.
When you look at everything and you break it all down, you have really only one option that you really get to spend time on, and that's watching a lot of video, calling a lot of friends and people that in the business that are coaches at the youth level and all of that stuff. So it's been a lot of that stuff. My team in the spring is going to be 99% of the guys I saw on video and watched on video. I've never seen them live, unless they open up the dead period here on April 15th. My team in the fall is going to be 99% guys I've watched on video and watch games and stuff like that. So it's really kind of taking a chance a little bit, but I can't really wait. Because if we wait till May to start recruiting, then or even getting guys committed, then what type of successful team are we going to be able to put together here in the 21s class and all of that stuff? So that's kind of my reasoning behind it all. And to be fair, if you look at it, with this spring season starting, I wouldn't have been able to see anyone anyway. So you have to take a chance on guys, and you have to be able to say, hey, I like this guy's video. I like the games that I've watched of this guy, and take them. And that's literally what I've been doing.
And I know you, Trevor, to be a go-getter, right? I don't know you to be the type of person that just kind of sits back and kind of lets things happen, man. So I know this, pandemic may be tough on others, but I know you're a guy that's going to reach out to your contacts, and you have a huge network of people I know, that you can reach out to, so that's excellent, man. Can you tell our audience a little bit more? So we've got some players, younger players who follow us as well. Can you give them some tips in terms of what they need to do to prepare? So say they're a sophomore or junior right now in high school. What should they be doing to prepare to get a college scholarship or to, enroll into college?
So I'm a mindset type of guy, right? So like everybody looks at this whole thing and they're like, oh, there's a pandemic. I can't leave my house. I can't do anything. I can't get myself sorted out, fit, whatever you want to call it, right? And so for me to answer your question, I look at it this way. What's your mindset right now? What are you doing to put yourself on the scale of coaches that are out there at whatever level it is? What's the extra that you're putting into it? Okay, let's just say this. Okay, Saturday morning, are you just hanging out at home because you know that there's no games going on right now? You're not allowed to play. The only thing you're doing is watching EPL on TV because those games are playing and whatnot. Or are you getting up a little bit earlier, going for a workout, then coming back and watching EPL on TV and doing it like that? So it's mindset. So my advice would be have the right mindset, right? Have a strong mindset that's going to push you to get out and go do work, go do extra stuff that you don't think you would do. Spend time videotaping yourself or videotaping a match and cutting that film yourself instead of waiting for someone else to do it for you, and sending clips to coaches, and just so that they know, hey, I'm still out here. Here's what's going on with me. Even if you have like a personal workout, it was funny. Prior to leaving Brown, we got in this video of this kid, and it was like this, the 30 seconds of him just doing this trick shot off of his house, and it was all recorded off of those flying things. I don't know, the helicopter
drones. Yeah, the drones. Yeah,
on his drone, and like you can see the trick that he's doing. He's like juggling the ball through his house. Ball goes up. He takes the ball off of a roof from someone. I think it was his dad who tossed it to him, and then just volleys the ball in somehow. A crazy video, but it was amazing, and it got our attention right away. And we're just like, well, that's cool. What else is this kid doing? Right. You want to just get a perspective. So I'm saying just do something that's different than what some people would say. Oh, this is what you need to be pestering the coaches all. Well, entertain the coaches a little bit too. Why not? This is not where we can't really watch many games. So you want to get a coach's attention, entertain them. If you're not catching someone's attention, entertain them a little bit. Give them something that they have to watch, they have to look at. So that's would be my advice right there. Is is not just sitting back and saying, oh, it's a pandemic. I don't have to do the work. How about you? It's a pandemic. Let me do a little more to show that I'm here. And that's me. The mindset, get the mindset right.
And that's critical. That's critical. Not just being a coach, but also passing that down, to players. Because players look up to their coaches. So that's important. How important is it for a player to send like a game video, a full game video? Do you spend time watching a full game if you're interested in a player, or do you just prefer just looking at the highlights?
That's been my recruiting. So it's literally been watching full games. So spending days watching full games, and that's all I've been doing today. Because I'm working from home right now, and so it's just watching games. And so I would say 110%. The highlights is what's going to get the attention of the coach, and the coach should be asking for a full game, in my opinion, because he can't go watch you live. At least at the Division I coaches can't go watch you live.
That's
so
true.
For us, we have the ability to watch the games because we have time now. So that's the coaches should be asking for a full game. And for me, if a kid is interested in us, I would rather them send me a full game. Send the highlights because I'm gonna watch that just to catch some attention, see a little bit about them, see if I do want to see more, and then definitely want to see a full game for sure.
So are there any specific areas where you look for players? Like, when I played in college back in the early 2000s, I was recruited from the University of Delaware, University of Pittsburgh, and East Carolina University. And they targeted me because I was within the Mid-Atlantic region. Do you do that as well? Do you just kind of look for players in the Midwest, being in Chicago State, or do you look for players pretty much all over the world?
So the base of our players are going to be from the Chicagoland area. So we're going to look in at Chicago and the St. Louis, this Midwest type area, Indianapolis, the Minneapolis, in that surrounding type area, right? So that's going to be a lot of it, a lot of the local players. I'm hoping that in the next couple of years we have a star player that comes from the south side of Chicago, which would be great.
That would be excellent.
So there's some pieces there. So we're working on that side, right? And then obviously we're going to sprinkle some international talent in there. We got some pieces that are coming from Jamaica. We have some pieces that are coming from Trinidad. We have some pieces that are coming from the Barbados Islands. So like there's so many different like places that we have a few pieces that are coming in to be sprinkled in with like little talent like that, So that's kind of the what we plan to do in the direction in which I'm going with everything that we have going on.
And I mean, that's fantastic because I mean, things have changed, since I played in college. I don't know what year you played as well, but I know things have just drastically changed over the years. There weren't any international players on my team. Everybody was from the Mid-Atlantic area and possibly north, New York, Boston. But now you've got players coming in from all over the world. And I also noticed a lot of European players on rosters. The Caribbean is something that is important to us as an association. We want to help more Caribbean players get an opportunity to come to the U.S., kind of similar to what was happening back in the 70s and 80s. So you mentioned Trinidad and Tobago and some other countries. What other areas are you looking at in the Caribbean? Is that a place that you want to target, or are you just kind of saying, okay, let's see what comes out of there?
We're going to see what comes out of it. I'm targeting it hard right now because of my contacts and people that I know, but I think we're going to have a little bit of a blessing in disguise as we move forward. So yeah, we're going to really hit it hard and see what comes out of it. So I'm excited about it.
Nice. All right. So Trevor, what's next for you, man? I know Chicago State, this is a great opportunity for you. I know you've had you've gone on a lot of interviews before this, and I'm happy again to know that you've landed this position. Where do you see yourself about 5 years from now, 10 years from now?
Hopefully in a big brand new stadium here at Chicago State and competing for a Western Athletic Conference championship. So, right now I'm kind of looking at everything that's in front of me right now. We have a really good opportunity to have and start up a pretty successful program. So I'm excited about that as we move forward. I'm excited about watching this grow. It literally is like a baby because it's mine from the start. and I get to watch it grow and put pieces in places to help it develop into something that could be very, very cool. So I'm excited to watch this grow. I'm at the start of my contract, so that's a little bit what I'm looking at. I'm looking at trying to get through that whole contract without getting let go or anything crazy of that nature. You know what I mean? So.
Right. Okay. Now, do you see a NCAA championship in the future? Were we looking at 5 years from now? Do you see that being something that's possible?
I think that should be everyone's goal.
Yeah.
That's 110% my goal. Yeah, would absolutely love to win NCAA national championship, but there's building blocks to that. So for me, I would hope that in the next 5 years that we get an opportunity to play in the NCAAs. That would be my goal. Whenever you look at it in the next 5 years, and I think that's doable with everything that we have going on over here. I think that we could get an NCAA bid here by 2025. I 100% believe that. So
Amazing, amazing. And I mean, we've only had one predominantly Black college win NCAA championship on the Division I level. I mean, this would be outstanding if we can get this to happen at Chicago State University. So Trevor, in closing here, do you have any other comments? Where can potential college players find you? Where can they locate Chicago State University online?
yeah, so all you have to do is go to the CSU Athletics website, so Chicago State University Athletics website, and then and you can Google that. And then they have our website, they have our page up now and all that stuff. So all of my information is on there. If someone wants to shoot an email over, they can go to msoccer@csu.edu, and that'll come right to me, which is great. And I've been getting a plethora of emails just about kids and stuff like that. So I'm excited as we build this program, just kind of see where everything continues to grow. And if there's anyone interested in being a part of a brand new Division I program, I definitely wanted to reach out and connect. If there's any contacts out there that want to connect and potentially send players my way, definitely connect and let's go from there.
Absolutely. All right, Trevor. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot for your time. Go ahead.
They can connect through you too. They know you better. They can connect through you, and you can get me connected. So.
Absolutely. And look, I mean, it takes everybody, right? And I'm so happy that you are open in terms of utilizing other resources. I know there's some college coaches that are not open. They kind of stick within what they know and that's it. And they get the results that they get, year after year. But I'm very, very happy that you're in this role. We'll support you 1,000%, anything, that you need. All right. So definitely appreciate it, Trevor. Thanks again for your time, man. Good luck in the upcoming spring season. And I hope to get out to Chicago and watch a couple games.
Of course, brother. First, tickets are waiting for you.
All right, Trevor, man. Thanks a lot. All right. Talk to you soon.